back to my YouTube channel Vish-O-Pedia. Today's video is gonna be very interesting because today we're gonna shoot electric car. Not just any electric car, it's Tesla. So stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As I said that I'm gonna get you a very interesting video this time. So this time I'm gonna shoot the video about electric car. So I've got Adam here who bought this car. So I'll start asking him questions, he's gonna answer, and he's gonna show us the features of this car, how it works. Okay, here we are.
G'day. How are you going?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. This is the Tesla. It is the Model 3, one of the very few here in Western Australia, and I'm going to take you for a drive down Riverside Drive, which is a beautiful part of Perth. I'm just going to chuck it into autopilot mode as well, which essentially means it's going to stay within the lane. The steering wheel will move on its own. Always keep one hand on the steering wheel at all times. And I'm just
you mean to say that the car is driving itself now?
It is driving itself. In theory, I could let go, but under WA legislation, you still need to maintain control of the vehicle at all times. But I can even just show you, we are on a straight stretch of road now, so the steering wheel isn't going to move too much. But when we go around bends, it'll just keep within the bends and the lines. Right now, it's going to slow down automatically. Hopefully, you can feel it slowing down. That's not me slowing it down. And it's just going to go through the intersection on its own. And
so how does it work?
So I believe, I'm not an expert, I have to say I'm not an expert on these things, but it does have artificial intelligence on here. So it does build a bit of a map on your style of driving, and it's also got 7 cameras all around. So it can see this car over here, it can see directly in front, it can see directly behind it. I'm just going to pop those cameras up now so we can control and turn right. We're going to turn in front of the Ritz-Carlton here. In fact, I might even just stop here at this traffic light, and as you can see, it can tell that we're in a turning lane, and it can tell that the traffic lights are red.
So you can see that if it is reading the surroundings, you can see it here. So this is like, it's calculating everything itself, right?
Absolutely, yes. So this is just the camera view. The car sees it a little bit different. It can identify an object between being a car or the cyclist. It picked up the cyclist there before. The traffic lights. For some reason, it thinks there's a rubbish bin here. So it's not quite perfect. It's not quite 100% yet. But the great thing with the Tesla Model 3s and all the Teslas, in fact, is that they get updates constantly. So you've always got the latest model. So I'm just going to take you around here. And I would say the best drive for us is going to be down Mounts Bay Road, because it's a beautiful road here in Perth. Very windy, all around the river. And I can really demonstrate how well the autopilot works. So I might do something a little bit different because there is a bit of traffic in the city. I'm going to go straight and then down Mounts Bay Road that way, just to try and beat these cars a little bit. If I put it into autopilot now, and my foot is off the brake and off the accelerator, you can actually see it stopping on its own. It can detect the car in front of me.
So I can see the activity here on the monitor. So this is a 3D model.
That's right. So that's the car right there. That is the car in front, and that's the traffic lights up there. These are the cars that are passing us in the passing lane, and you can see on the cameras the cars on the side and behind us. So it's got a lot of great safety features. If you want to change lanes, obviously use your mirrors, but you've got the secondary cameras as well. And if there is something in your blind spot, then it'll automatically tell you that it's not safe to change lanes. But at the moment, it's still in autopilot, and you can tell that it's in autopilot with these 2 blue lines there. So in theory, when the light goes green, and the car in front starts moving, it'll move on its own. I won't need to even put my foot on the accelerator there, but always just have it hovering, because it's the responsible thing to do, to be in control of the vehicle. The technology is there to assist rather than drive for you. It's there to just make your drive a little bit safer.
So why Tesla?
I really love the brand. I think I like everything it stands for. It's cool. You know, Elon Musk, he's just got the cool factor about him. And they're just great cars to drive. Look, a lot of people buy them because they're supposedly better for the environment, and I guess to a certain extent they are. It is 100% powered by electricity. It's not a hybrid. So at the moment, the car is taking off on its own.
So it's driving itself?
It is, yes. So I've just got my hand on the wheel at all times. Yep. And as a bit of extra safety feature, if your hand slips off, if you don't touch the steering wheel for about, I think it's about 30 seconds, the car will automatically slow down, put the hazard lights on. So if you have, say, a medical episode or something like that, yep, it will hopefully slow you down and alert those around you. Yeah. So I'm just gonna come out of autopilot and change lanes because we're not going onto the freeway.
So can you set the destination?
You sure can, absolutely. So right now it's braking very, very hard because the computer drives a little bit differently to the way humans do. If it was me, I would just let my foot off the accelerator and just let it coast, whereas the Tesla seems to go right up to the next car and sort of brake at the last minute. So it's not bad, but it's not quite at a standard that a human would drive yet. But every single ride gets pushed to the Tesla servers, and they crunch the algorithm. It's all very complicated for me. Again, I'm not an expert. This is just what's been told to me. And yeah, every couple of weeks you get an update that's pushed over Wi-Fi, and every Model 3 and Model S gets the latest software and the self-navigation. I would say it's about 95% there. It's not quite 100%. I wouldn't trust it 100%, but it's certainly very, very good.
So someone who is not comfortable in driving, they would be comfortable when they drive this because they know there is someone else controlling the car, right? Well,
for some people, yes, but others probably not so much, because you do sort of lose, you feel like you've lost control a little bit, because the steering wheel does sort of move on its own. It does feel a little bit disconcerting, but once you put your trust in the vehicle, you'll be all sweet.
So you have put the car on autopilot now?
That's right, and it's going to keep the speed limit nice and steady there, 50 kilometers per hour, more or less. You can give it a bit of headroom, 2 Ks here or there. Isn't going to be too much of an issue. Coming into the roundabout, it's not going to be an issue. I'm still a bit nervous with roundabouts, so I do go through them manually, but I am told that it's pretty good with roundabouts.
I mean, I know it's gonna take time for us to actually believe it, that it can actually do itself, right?
Yeah, especially when there's a lot of traffic around. I just don't, it's not that I don't trust it, I don't trust myself how I'll react. So I'm gonna put it back into autopilot now.
So this is auto.
This is autopilot, so you can see we've got a nice curve coming around here. So I'm just making sure I'm lightly holding this, and this is the steering wheel moving on its own. Just need to make sure that you're in control at all times. But as you can see, it's doing a very good job going around the bends here.
So it's turning wheel itself?
Yep, yep.
Wow, this is amazing.
And it keeps you exactly in the middle of the lane. And it's keeping me exactly 2 car lengths from this Ford Ranger.
This is our car, and then it's calculating the traffic around us.
That's
and it's manipulating the speed.
That's right. So at the moment, the car in front of us is doing exactly 60, which is the speed limit, which is great. I can also adjust the car length. So over here, I can make it 1 car length. I can make it 2, 3, 4.
Oh, okay.
But in Perth, this is what happens when you increase the car lengths. Someone jumps in front of you. So I'm going to put it back to 2 car lengths, and as you can see, it's doing a beautiful job coming around here, the Swan River. So the technology is really there just to assist you.
smooth.
It's extremely smooth and very quiet as well.
It's very quiet.
All you hear is the road noise from the tyres, and that's it, and sometimes a bit of wind noise as well. And that's why it's actually very easy to plant your foot down and not realise how fast you're going sometimes. So there's a car behind us that is getting a little bit close. So even though we are doing the speed limit, I'm just going to get out of the lane and let him pass. And I'm going to go back into autopilot. Make sure we're doing 60.
So you can adjust the speed just by rolling that.
Yep. All the controls are at your hands here. So this guy's decided to go a little bit quicker than us, but that's all right. We're not in a rush, and it's still driving on its own. So you'll see around this corner here, the steering wheel will do its own thing, and it's going to pick up that car in front of us as well. So what I'll do is I'll come out of auto, I'll turn here, and I'll loop us back around. Actually, you know what I will show you? I will show you the supercharger at UWA, because we're right here. I'll show you how to charge the thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I want to see that, yeah. So it's, if you go any of those spots, it's free for you?
It is, absolutely. I'd say 98% of the spots in Perth are free to charge, but some are quicker than others, and this one is a very quick charger. Sometimes this is busy though, so it's like a lottery. This is the most popular Tesla charger in Perth.
Oh wow. How many cars do you think we would have in Perth?
I do actually have the answer for you, but I don't know off the top of my head. I can get those numbers. It's still pretty low. From memory, electric cars only represent about 2% of total car sales. It's still very low. If you put hybrids in there, I think it does nudge towards 10%, but the vast majority of new car sales at the moment are still petrol cars. But we're slowly getting to that stage where they're becoming more affordable.
Yeah.
And people are starting to realize that they can go further and further, and they're actually fun to drive. Yeah. When you just put your foot down on the accelerator and it goes, it is a lot of fun, just that instant torque. So I'm just going to overtake this car. I don't know what they're doing. And yes, the bay is free, which is good news. So you can see the charger just on the left here.
Oh, this. Okay.
So I will reverse into this.
Can it reverse itself?
It can do, but again,
No,
I'm still very nervous because it's such a new car. But it does help you. Oh, now that I'm on camera, I'm gonna have to make sure this park job is perfect. I can't stuff it up. I think I've overturned it a little bit, but that's all right. We could always recover. Actually, I'll be able to recover this. Oh, look at that.
Perfect.
I didn't do as badly as I thought. And then it even tells you how much room you've got. So I like to come up nice and close.
Wow.
30 centimeters is fine. And then put it in park.